part, as I didn't say, is that if the referendum passes, and that's up to you, but if the referendum passes, the first thing the board, or one of the first things the board will do, will be to try to figure out what to do with the existing site, okay? We believe that that is an attractive site for something, whether it goes to the village of Jackson at a fair market value, or whether it goes on the market. We think that that will be an attractive place in the village of Jackson for some growth. And then you put it, not only does the district capture the money to pay off debt, to do other things, it also puts property back on the tax rolls for everybody. So those are two things that
just a quick question, if anyone knows the legality, if this referendum doesn't pass, how long does the board need to wait to add a new referendum?
If it doesn't pass?
Just for the next election, essentially, you have 70 days?
Yeah. There's only 2 times a year that you can have a referendum. One is in the November election, one is in the April and the spring election. And so potentially can do that. The board made a conscious decision to have one referendum with 2 parts of it rather than 2 separate questions, because we are a school district. We're not separate entities. Jackson is just as much a part of the school district as Barton, as is any place else, and so it is one district with one question as opposed to one district with 2 specific questions. And that question has been brought up to me, why didn't you put it on twice? Because we're one school district.
Again, and I'd love to see the business association take a more proactive role in making, taking a position. And I think that position as a business owner and a member of this organization should be to promote this as a yes. I think we have a responsibility to the employees that work for us, the growth of our businesses, the tax base in this community. And yes, it's controversial. Nobody wants to take a controversial position. I get it. How's it going to hurt our bottom line? Oh yeah, all of a sudden, Tiffany's not going to buy bubble gum at my shop anymore. I don't give a shit. At the end of the day, you have to look at the bigger picture. And if we don't start making some hard decisions about this facility, it is going to impact your businesses, I'm telling you. So I think we should be communicating this to the other members who aren't here, the other businesses, and try to rally them to get them to understand how it affects their pocketbooks. It's much bigger than the $36 a year it's going to cost a homeowner. I'm telling you, if that school goes away or it continues to disintegrate, it's going to have a massive, massive impact on business in this community. It really is.
With that being said, Phil, I don't know if this is a question for you or not, but I think the Business Alliance should go on record in supporting the referendum. So
And I don't know if the board has to take a vote or what, but
I'd be willing to make the motion that the Greater Jackson Business Alliance support the referendum and do whatever we can to help get this to pass.
I second that.
At the board level, we did discuss this last vote, and we said that we were going to defer any sort of decision-making in that regard until after today. So that was discussed. I believe that this would be a board vote. This is very unique in a sense versus general member, but we did want to open it to the members to see what their positions are. So what I would propose is that, based on the motions here today and the members in the room today, can I get a tally of who's in favor of the alliance supporting the referendum? Yes. Is there any opposed? Okay, all right. Before I have any sort of comment about the motion carries, we'll discuss this at the board level and then make a decision from there. I think that's what we frankly have to do. So, but
I'm assuming there'd be some kind of written statement that would go on your Facebook page and website and stuff like that we could share.
I just have one final comment.
Well, there's Jason. You have a question over here. I don't want to.
Yeah, just thank you, all 3 of you, for your information and your opinions on the big decision. My question is, if in the event that this does not pass, what would be the time frame for a $15 million renovation for the school? What's the time frame from start to finish? What would that take?
You would still need a
Again,
referendum.
it's entirely up to the board's decision. I mean, they
And
could vote next week, or the week after, to put another referendum on in November for something else. But
There's 1.4 million allotted each year out of 80 million to capital projects. Now we have close to 1 million square feet under roof between all the schools. To spread that out to fix general capital of roofing, leaks, windows, mechanical issues, you're talking 15 million. Using that 1.4 million alone and ignoring the other 900,000 square feet, it's just not relevant. So, I mean, something needs to be done. That's why even some money was starting to be put away, but maybe that's a direct answer to your question.
Yeah.
Well, just for reference, in 2012, when we created the 25-year plan, and with the passage of the option of the Silverbrook and reconfiguration that we went for, there was still a deficit of like $7.8 million in our projected expenditures over the next 25 years, even taking into consideration the million plus that we put in the budget every year to take care of things. So in identified projects, we were still in a deficit mode at that time. So, that kind of sheds light on where we are as well. And this won't help catch us up,
No, but
by the way.
this is the best position the district has had in a long time to capitalize on this opportunity.
This is the most informative meeting that I've called to you about this. Randy, Scott, Don, thank you very much. It should have been YouTube, so if you could start over again. Because this should
Sounds
be
like
shared
hell no.
with more people. It was really, really good. Thank you.
Do this twice a week.
Just a quick question, if I could. Since everybody's kind of given their opinion, you guys have all been out in the community talking to people.
Yep.
What's each one of your perspectives on community thoughts, will it pass or will it not?
Well, one thing that I find interesting is, although I'd like to see more of those signs, for every one of those signs, I see almost 0 no's. So that is a good sign as far as I see. I don't see, in my opinion, from what I've talked about and seen, as a concerted effort of the naysayers out there, as much as I see it in this. So I'm hoping that's good. I mean, obviously, I think when the votes come in statistically, it'll be probably higher in Jackson for yes than overall. But the fact that the West Bend High School is going to have half of the money to go to make much needed improvements there too. My guts, I'm feeling pretty good right now. But I know that the West Bend corridor here is extremely conservative when it comes to taxes and spending. Extremely.
I will say that I have been to 25 plus meetings, and I have another 15 to go before in the next 2 weeks. And so it hasn't had a groundswell one way or the other. I've obviously dodged a few bullets here and there. I have one tonight that I think I'll be dodging a few bullets at, but that's all right. But for the most part, I tell people, and I'm telling you the same thing, whether you're for it or against it, I believe that you have the ability to change the outcome of the vote. That it hasn't been a huge groundswell of vote yes, or a huge groundswell of not today, let's do it tomorrow. And so that as voters in the West Bend School District, you have the ability to unite your friends, your spouses, your neighbors, your grandkids, your whatever it might be, to influence the election, whether you're going to influence in, yes, it's a no vote, or a yes vote, or a no vote, that's up to you. But I think more so this year than some, because it hasn't had gigantic vote no opposition or a huge vote yes opposition or support, that this group right here, as well as every other group that I talk to, truly will change the outcome of the election based on how active you get to encourage people to go to the polls. Whether it's a yes or a no, that's up to you.
And when you also look around the state of Wisconsin in the last 2 years, it's been overwhelmingly that people have been voting in favor of these school referendums. I mean, we have seen some massive dollars get approved in some of these districts, just mind-blowing. Yeah, these are big dollars, but compared to what some of these districts are voting for, this isn't even close. This isn't even
And
close.
I think that has been just the people's impression of the economy, and that
Right.
we can afford to set this.
And this is why we need to act when the time is right. I mean, I think Germantown, they're in the middle of like $27 million in improvements over there. Slinger they just wrapped up their, I don't even remember how many it was, 50, 60 million. Yeah, Oconomowoc, I don't know, it was like 27 billion, whatever. But when you look at overall, statistically, they've been passed. These school referendums have been passed. So I'm hoping that that is going to bode well in our favor, at least when I say our favor, for those that want us to.
Excellent, very good, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you individually for coming today, Randy and Scott. I really appreciate it. I mean, we invited you guys to talk because we know this isn't just your opinions and all that stuff. This is years of being involved in the communities and involved in the industries and things like that. So I really appreciate it. And I know, Randy, you were probably thinking, man, I'm probably going to a relatively hostile crowd, and I appreciate you presenting.
Well, just an opportunity to
Yeah.
present to myself.
So I agree. I think this was really informative, and thanks again, Don, for your presentation. All right. Well, we're now 35 minutes past our cutoff. So, and by the way,
I just got one thing, Phil. If anybody wants one of those signs, can they get them?
I have yard signs in my car if you need any. Otherwise, you can always message me too, I can drop more off.
I've got one outside of my office.
See that? Everybody sees it coming out of Culver's.
All right. I made sure of it.
very good. Is there anything else for the good of the Alliance?
Yep, I do have one more thing.
Okay.
There's 2 candidates running for village president. The Business Alliance is sponsoring a candidate forum. It is Thursday, the 21st, in this room. So come out and get informed on who to vote or who not to vote for. And you can submit your questions ahead of time. There's a flyer going around. It's been on there's an event created on the Alliance Facebook page. So, yeah, any questions or shoot me an email.
And there again, too, the president of this village can have a direct impact on our businesses as well. So it's probably a good idea, even if you can't vote, because you don't live here, to find out who you might be dealing with.
All right. Well, with that, the next meeting is May 15th.